Welcome back once again. This is Anher versus Hades. Blue team will be moving targets Majestic Beastie, True Blade 8, Overlord, Chrono, Nox King, and across the way on the red team, Shadow Chair, Trumpet Player, Mini 3, whatever that means, cubed, obviously. I'm joking, I knew what that meant.
Sure.
Firewing KK, Joe TX, and Word Vomit. I love that name. Word Vomit.
Word Vomit?
Amazing. So, I hope he does well, because I want to commentate him in an SPL next year. Word Vomit, sounds great.
We might see an early fight, though. Hammer comes out. I'm really surprised he got his hammer there. I mean, Berserker Barrage is going to do way more, but I don't know.
This is hurting red team. Deb's got rollout at the start of the game.
Rollout's not too bad. You only lose like 20 damage over category, whatever. I can't even think of his ability names.
Shockwave.
Shockwave.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you.
it is going to hurt them a little bit.
It does hurt a little bit, and obviously with the hammer at level 1 as well. Is that actually stronger? I don't think it is. Oh, it's about the same. No, he's definitely not stronger.
But it's also like the AoE isn't as guaranteed.
No. I was checking more abilities and thought there was something else that was happening. That's what it was.
All right, so we're going to see a standard start here from both teams. With the Chalk, they're going to have double hand. I'd like to see them invade. They're not going to. I really would have liked to see the invade. I don't think they would have gotten much, but they could at least... I don't know. Invading is just so strong.
Invading is strong, but then again, like if they both got hogs, this is why double hogs come back, because they invade, so it stops the invades from happening really, or it distracts from the opportunity to invade just because you have a feeling that they've got double hog, they're going to clear it quicker than we can really do anything about it. It'll be a hog versus hog matchup, and if you lose it, you could actually lose more than you realize in the invade by just doing your own buffs. Yeah,
Thor's rotating early, and the Conquest early rotation or the Chaos early rotation is always stronger. You normally aren't going to see the Order side jungler counter the enemy red, simply because Order side usually has duo advantage early, unless Chaos has like a Sylvanas or something.
Well,
but
speed's gone.
Yeah, but Chaos always invades speed. Almost always.
Good rotation from Apollo and Athena here could actually make them pay for this one. We'll see if it does though. Who's gonna die here? Someone's gonna die.
They both had have escape abilities. That was really smart. Saving the hammer, saving the portal, and then utilizing them to get out after the steal.
So, a good rotation once again. I'm surprised Nemesis didn't come out, but like you said, Chaos side, they do have that natural advantage to invade the speed, just because Thor, when you Chaos side, you get speed and blue, so your right-hand juggle's down, and nowadays, most of the Order side leave the red buff up until a little bit later on, which always leaves that threat of the speed being invaded every single time.
Yeah, for sure. So, right off, we do have Team Hades have a 500 gold advantage already, and that just comes off the back of Firewing there invading the speed. He also went and he shared a little bit more camps, just more efficiency around the map, I'd say, so far.
Itemization, nothing unusual at the start of this game from what I can see from both the teams. Checking supports, both got mana and health potions still. So no real poke coming down in the support lane, right lane. But in the left lane.
Yeah, I think they're both kind of farming. I mean, Anher has the advantage for Hunter. Athena has the advantage for support. In clear,
exactly, so
at least.
Out.
Yeah.
Balances out the wave, so it's pretty much just a farm off between those two, unless someone makes some epic, crazy sort of plays. I think the one thing to note as well, is as this has gone on through the day, these players have been able to watch some of the other games the other guys have been in the Combine, and you can see that everyone's kind of settled down a little bit more into it this time round. No one's overdoing work like we saw in some of the early games.
Ooh, a little bit of miss. I'm not a... They can turn this. The hammer's down. You need to ult. Turn around and ult. Nemesis, turn around and ult. Nemesis, turn around and ult. Nemesis, turn around and ult. Oh, and he gets the kill for first blood. He's going to escape with no life.
That Apollo.
Great Geb ult coming out. He might... He should be tanky enough. Yeah, with the root missing, definitely tanky enough.
Word Vomit the God.
Word Vomit the God. Yeah, I don't really know why the Nemesis didn't ult there. That was definitely a great opportunity to turn around. And even if you're not going to pick up a kill, it's going to steal protections, give you protections, and also increase your movement speed and debuff the other's movement speed. So at the very least, he could have escaped if he ulted. And he actually would have been tank. That actually would have made the excuse me, the Thor weak enough to die to tower there. Wow, Giannis just
I
barely
really like this Scylla, and I really like this Giannis already. These two are going backwards and forwards, but they're both playing very, very well. It's really weird for me to say that at 4 minutes in, but I can already see it. By the way both of these two are playing, they're outplaying each other, as well as thinking outside the box, as well as doing enough to survive every single time. Only 4 minutes in, this would be really interesting out of Scylla and Giannis to see who gets the ahead in just this individual matchup, actually.
Yeah, so, you know, taking a look at it, we see the blue buff coming back up on right here. Osiris and strangely enough, the Geb is over there, and there's a little bit of action going down in mid lane. Nem's going to be forced out. A lot of action in the right side of the jungle right now.
Well, Geb's rotated all the way over there. He was looking for some sort of invasion potential available for them. They did manage to invade the blue buff on the right side, did they not?
Right. Yeah, they managed to get that. A little bit risky again. It's just that early game pressure that, you know, teams can put on the Gold Fury, especially with the Apollo Athena combo that they have.
And now Geb once again going to rotate right. He sees the threat on this right hand side. So this is a 3v2
There's the ult
scenario.
coming out. He needs to chase that. Yeah, he should pick up that kill.
Oh, great dash.
Yep.
Great dash coming out from Nox King there to make
This
sure
is their
that
fight
kill
to
comes
win.
off.
Giannis is ulting over, but Scylla's right there. Scylla's actually zoning him, doing a great
This is what I mean by
job.
these two.
That was a great
This
job.
is what I mean by these two. These two players are matching each other stride for stride in this mid lane. It's really interesting to see, actually.
Yeah, the
how this is going on.
The Giannis had a great ult, right? But then immediately the Scylla went in between two of the portals. So the second Giannis came out, he couldn't just walk to his portal and keep teleporting. He would have had to take damage.
Yeah, so we see the speed in blue come up on the left side. Thor is not really in position to try to contest any of that. So, you know, the blue team should be able to get these two buffs for free, which is good because, you know, we saw them invading the solo lane kind of hard for that blue buff. Now they're going to be able to... Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I just thought the Apollo was red. I'm just all over the place right now.
Shadow Chair, this Giannis in mid lane, I like his decision to go Beads Aegis very, very early on and get one of each item.
I do.
That's a sign of respect to his opponents in this game, as well as he's preparing for both situations where he's going to need him. Beads is going to really help him out get out of cripples if he gets caught by them, and the Aegis will obviously block the Iron Monster, so it's not a bad call for him to have to deal with that. And now he's baiting really well there, that Giannis. See what I mean about these two are really interesting to watch because it's like Giannis was baiting and still had noticed it. At the same time, she may have heard the Thor going up at the same time. It was really cool to watch those two play.
With Thor ult down, they might be able to win this mid camps. Oh, Thor actually walked into the crush there. That Giannis portal was really great to zone off the Scylla.
Well, but Scylla's still coming back for more, trying to get the last hit on it.
That was not good communication from the team. That was really.
Yes, that Mona. Giannis uses beads there to make sure he didn't get hit by a taunt as it was coming in, and then portals through the wall again. It's a tight game, this, and I like the rotation from Chuck there.
Great shield. It wasn't going to have damage to kill, but it definitely, the Geb shield definitely saved him. He would have died.
Great Cataclysm.
Yep, he would have died from the damage of Crush.
Was that a necessary Cataclysm, though? I mean, there was really no potential follow-up there for any sort of damage. Nem was kind of low.
But it was Thor who was the lowest on that one, and I guess he panicked that Thor wasn't going to hammer out or even on cooldown.
Just
so
it comes back down to
better safe than sorry.
Yeah, it comes back down to not necessarily trusting or knowing your players rather on your team.
So war coverage right now, Geb's the one leading the way, and her though has 2 wards for himself as well. Quite surprising to see Hunter's top of this war.
That's not Young Bay, that's for sure.
For the most part, well, there's not a lot of Hunters in anywhere. To be honest.
Young Bay had the lowest average for Hunters, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but it was no Boosh like 3 wards.
That's true. Boosh had 30 wards in 20 games. I didn't even know that was a thing. Supports
Shadow Chair, I was going to say, is matching that right now, but he does have three in his inventory, Shadow Chair. He's got 1 sentry and 2 wards in his inventory as a mid laner at this stage of the game. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Really looking for the control.
Yeah, and he definitely went those actives early, too, so he's doing a great job.
Scylla should be dead.
There's no reason this Scylla should live. She's doing a great job at juking, but she walked into the slow, the threshold coming out from Giannis there. Not much she could do in that position with Sentinel down.
The Yen is finally getting the advantage, right?
Yeah, the threshold was the nicely placed thing about that because he actually, by making sure that the Scylla walked through that, it meant that Thor should have been able to land the ult easier, but Thor didn't
Apollo's
wait
in
for
the
it and
air.
landed beforehand.
I don't know why he went in the air. I guess they were looking for stuff, but
He's
no one
gonna
was
run out of
really in
mana.
position to set up yet.
I'm glad he came down. I'm glad he
Yeah.
came down early to keep his mana up. It would have been a waste for him to hang around any longer than that. Geb's doing a good job of being on the front line here. I like the fact that he's trying to get in there and get an opportunity.
Red's
on for his
definitely
team.
looking for gold. They're doing a great job. They're looking for someone on blue to get out of position to pick off so they can force the gold. Because they know they can't really fight it with that Athena and Scylla combo. It's way too deadly. You know, Nemesis dashes in with Athena ulting, and then into I'm a Monster could still spell devastation at Gold Fury.
They were looking to rush it or get the pick again because Scylla, the respawn times at this stage of the game are so low. It's very, very difficult to, you know, hang around to an extent. You're looking for the second pick, really. Mid Harpies are coming up. Geb's in position for him, though.
Great camp
Right
splitting
ones...
by Giannis and Thor.
Yeah, Giannis and Thor seem to be having a good bit of synergy together. Thor's not managed to land everything he wanted to, but he's doing okay.
Ooh, that's
He's
a ton of
surviving,
damage. Thor's going to chase off the Athena, and I think this is the smart move because they can turn it into a Gold Fury if he gets the kill. In normal situations, you kind of want to turn around and help your team fight, but because you can get a pick on support and do gold, I think it's more important.
There's the pick that they needed right there onto the Athena.
Thor's in the air. I'm kind of interested where he's going to land.
Oh, the Giannis all smacks him in the back.
They need to disengage. They just need to go gold. They're wasting way too much time.
Oh, he missed the last auto.
Anher's going to pick this up.
Knock up, though.
Yeah, they need to go gold now. Just leave the Giannis to die. Anher's full health. Thor back and Geb back. I don't like that decision at all. They had a ward.
Yeah, they could've
That's
gone
a
gold
sentry
there.
too, right?
I mean,
Yeah, that is a
Athena did
sentry
have
ward.
ultimate evade. Athena did have ultimate, but there was only really Scylla that could have gone in with that. But on the side of Red could have just done that straight away. They had Osiris to rotate him there for that.
I mean, they had
they
four
could-
alive. They had Anher at full life and full Devo stacks.
Want to note Chak in that engagement as well. Majestic Beastie. He's rotating out of this lane a lot quicker than the Osiris is every single time.
Yep.
He's in position to get involved in these mid
He has that
the
teleport.
first one in that fight.
He has that teleport, which is critical. So, as long as the Chalk isn't getting too big of an advantage of it early, Osiris will have the advantage, I think, once he gets a different active online, like say Sprint or, you know, creeping or anything that's going to help the team.
But what does Chak really need? He doesn't need anything, does he? Let's be honest. It's Chak.
I mean, slowing down movement
In
speed
terms of
with
actives.
anything is incredibly important.
I mean, I guess crippling would be okay. I guess if they had a lot of healing on the team, I could understand weakening, but...
I mean, what do you think this Chalk is going to build into next year? Do you think he's going to try to be a little bit more damage heavy, or is he going to look to
Boots.
be tanky?
Boots.
Boots.
Because he doesn't have boots.
Boots.
Oh,
Which is
wow.
next, but then...
That's not
After
really
that,
needed.
we'll have
Oh,
to
great
see-
ult by
oh.
Nemesis. I'm a Monster got procced again. She should have... That was poor awareness by her. She easily could have ulted the Geb.
And her just zoned 2 alone. Like, that was really nice. He zoned Athena, he forced Apollo to use his ultimate to come in, and then he waits for Apollo to come in and hits him in the face again to disengage. That was really nice.
So the
Trumpet
Scylla hit a
players
really nice
seem to be good
ult,
at
but
hers.
then wasn't aware of what was going on around her. The Geb was slowed to the left of her at like 10% life. She easily could have turned and reset I'm a Monster again. And the Geb actually managed to escape also.
Done that for me right now. I mean, we're 12 minutes into this one, but for me it's Shadow Chair and Moving Targets, the two mid players.
Yeah, I
I'd
agree.
like to point out Magic Beastie on that Chak and her Trumpet player are the ones that are really standing out most for me right now. Word Vomit's not played too badly. I just think his ultimates have been a bit... You whiff is the way
Who
I
was
put it. They've been used, but they could have been used more effectively.
Who?
Word Vomit, the Gab.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Firewing's been okay, not spectacular. He was actually, based off player names that I played in rank, I expected Firewing to do a lot more than he has so far. He did a great job invading and controlling map early, but that's just Thor. He's going up in the air now. Let's see if he's going to dive
This is
on.
a big
Yeah,
play.
that was a really good hit.
He went on the backside too, which allows her to come in. Trumpet player, oh, that's the first impale I've seen him miss so far.
Nice shield coming out.
You might be able to get the kill, though.
Yeah, the
That's
Geb
a
has
nice
done a
one.
great job waiting on his shields, like just timing them perfectly. Because a lot of people would just be like, "Oh, my guy's getting attacked, waste the shield." It's not like that all the time. Sometimes you need to save it and wait for a different target, or wait for CC to cleanse.
This is the game that has the most potential of multiple players coming out of it, personally, right now, from what I've seen. Like, there's a lot on both teams that are showing actual high-level play involved in their kit, as you keep seeing over and over again between the two of them.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of I think their synergy. Both teams' synergy is very well. And that's important, too. You want someone who's going to come in and be able to synergize with your team. Even if it's 5 random players, or say you've got 3 or 4, you need to pick up one. You need someone who's going to come in and know how to play as a team right away. And it seems like most of these players do. Every single player in this game has rotated very well.
Yeah, every single one. I mean, the one thing about this is we don't really have the scouts available right now.
No.
Unfortunately, they're not going to be available for this one, because it would have been nice to listen to who was the big impacting voices on comms on this one. But they would have made their scouting reports anyway, you know, so those will be sent out to anybody interested in them. And that's going to be that, basically, with this one. We've pretty much watched what we do for every single one of the games, but from what I can see, there's a lot of players involved in this one. I mentioned a lot of names in this game that are viable. Guys, we'll be right back probably for the final one of the evening, coming up next from the Combine for North America. We've seen a lot of games today. We'll be right back with the last one shortly. Welcome back to the last game of the North American Combine, Cabrakan versus Team Scylla. Blue team will feature Taichion, Yameza, Lord Vengeance, Krizami, and Wonder Bread. Across the way on the red team, we'll see Uxax, Dwurst, Ninja Sniper, Hamster, 13, and Kool-Aid.
With this Ares,
we're going to see a level 1 fight.
Great job. This is what you need. If you get Ares, this is what you need to do, and they're doing it. That's first blood. Oh no!
No, it's not. They're giving up. Why did they give up?
I don't know. Did they not have the slows? I mean, what did Osiris level? He leveled his 2. Ooh, Osiris should have leveled his 1. If they had a slow, that definitely would have been first blood. At the very least, they need to continue to force the enemy team out and look to grab both mid harpies. There's no reason they shouldn't grab both mid harpies here, especially with Sylvanas so slow. Oh. They need to get to right harpies, though. The people that need to.
This is a potential for them to invade the blue buff right now on the right-hand side for the blue team. They could actually go and invade right now. There's still 10 seconds and they're still not in position for this. They could actually look for a late invade. Or an early invade, rather, if you know what I mean. It's potential from both of them, but they're just going to play safe for the most part. Let's see how this one plays out, though. So, once again, we're going to see Osiris. Please, can we just stop seeing Osiris?
Have we seen him? Has he been in every single game? I feel like he's been in every single game.
This is the first magical I think I've seen in the solo lane all day.
John Quay? I think so. No Raws, no Afros. Just big
back the old
men.
meta.
Big burly men in the solo lane.
Big, burly, boring men is how I like to call it, because nothing happens, ever. Let's see if something can happen this time round, though. Because Osiris versus Zhong is kind of in Osiris' favour, to be fair, but Zhong can sustain pretty well.
Yeah, he definitely does a lot better than your, you know, early, like your Herc would do in the early, or your Vimana. He could actually trade with him for a little bit before he gets his chins online, and then he just sort of has to clear wave and be careful not to die, right?
Yeah, and
exactly right.
One thing too is it forces the Osiris to not be able to go really the 2 items that excel so well, that give them a lot of damage, that Witchblade and the Runeforged Hammer. So if they can't go that, if they go tanky, they're gonna have to get magical protection, which really won't help them like Runeforged and Witchblade will against the wave.
Yeah, you know, I like that play from Thor there. He sat in the jungle and waited for the Basset to rotate, and then poked her out just a little bit more.
Well, he rotated early, but if he wanted to rotate early, but Agni'd already pushed up on the tower because it's Giannis and Agni's
great pull in duo lane. They're really putting the pressure on the Ares. Like, they're not with Sylvanas. Like, if you don't get a kill early with Ares, he's gonna have a lot of trouble in this lane. He just can't push as well. Meanwhile, they're pushed so far, but they didn't go back and protect their speed, which is really a big problem.
Because no vision.
It's not. Well, it should be called. I mean, if you have an advantage in the duo lane on order side, you have to protect your team's speed.
Sylvanas is dead. What? Did they not notice it? Okay. How is Sylvanas not dead?
We're actually going to be joined
how
here.
Sylvanas wasn't.
I don't know.
That was so confusing between that one.
Hi, friends.
Oh, we have Gandhi here. So we have really good rotations coming out from Wonderbread. They're so low. That bleed is going to kill Ninja Sniper. He's dead. Yeah, that's a really good job for blue team.
Yeah,
that made no sense.
This is kind of what you've seen. This is what you're going to see all game out of Bastet. She has really, really good rotations. She always sees the counter gank potential, which a lot of Bastet players look to aggress early on because that's where she is the strongest. But surprisingly enough, I think his name's Ymirza. Is that how you say it?
I mean, it says Ymir, and then it says Za after. So I'd go with Ymirza.
Yeah, you know I can't spell.
After 4 letters, you get lost.
Tehe.
So Gandhi, who should we be looking at in this game? So far, it seems like the Bastet did a great job of rotating early.
I would say Bastet and Giannis surprised me the most. I think this is one of the first Sylvanas that I've watched that I was like, okay, he's abusing him to how he's supposed to be. Very strong early game, getting involved and hitting pulls. So I would say those are the big 3, but definitely want to focus on the Giannis throughout this game.
Well,
and let me ask both of you this, since I'm on here, is how do you feel about the max CDR versus Pen on Giannis? I personally think it's the only build.
What, CDR or Pen?
I say CDR over Pen.
This Rom just ulted to clear wave. I'm sorry.
I discussed it earlier, and I think the CDR on Giannis should only be done if you've got extra magical on your team. I feel like penetration is important if you're the only mage. But in this setup, if it's Giannis in this game, I probably would be okay with the CDR. I don't think either build is bad. I just think that having the extra damage as you're the only magic dealer on the team is very important. So, oh, there's a big rotation to the right hand side.
Yeah, we're gonna see a really big counter gank coming from Thor here. Really needs to land. He took way too long to land. He was up in the air forever, and he just watched. Oh, he didn't even teleport to his hammer there. He should have teleported to hammer.
There was no vision. The reason he took so long is he couldn't actually see where the Jean-Queer was in lane because there was no coverage.
Okay, I'm gonna rewind this. We just saw we missed a 1v1. So we are gonna see on her just tanked creeps. It looks like.
Oh yeah, he took a lot of creep damage.
Yeah, sometimes it's okay to tank creeps, but not 6 because if you saw him like try and use the Desert Fury to kill, it looked like he hit most of his.
He missed the Desert Fury.
Yeah, even if you hit most of them, like it's just not a guaranteed kill. And then afterwards, Rom had 6 creeps to kite in between that he was never gonna hit any auto attacks.
To be honest, Rama played that really well.
Oh, the cripple. Great beads, though.
Good beads.
Dude, just keep watching this Giannis throughout the entire game. Wonderbread has this play at like 11 minutes, which is like, what? You can just kind of see how you can abuse his portals and his mobility throughout the entire map. And Wonderbread's doing a good job of it throughout the entire game. Yeah. I was genuinely impressed with him.
So you were talking about full CDR. I think Giannis is really the only mid mage right now that I would say you definitely want the full CDR, and the reasoning is because his portal is so useful in so many different aspects. Same with Threshold. He has a lot of setup and enhancement, whereas most mages are, I do damage.
I think the big thing with Giannis for me is that no matter what team comp it is, if you have a Giannis, it's instant synergy.
Mm-hmm. I think
that's overlooked too. He can really throw together some like janky stuff, but it's like, hey, I got a portal across the map. I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm. This Ares is hitting a lot of his chains.
Thor's going up too. This is a really good combo.
Bye-bye.
I think Sylvanas just saved the day there.
So Sylvanas did well.
Yo, Bastet's jukes though.
I feel like that was a really poor misplay by Thor. He 100% could have had that. He just didn't follow through. I mean, he has full movement speed when he's in his Berserker Barrage, unless he's slowed, obviously.
This is like Bastet running away for life at the same time so is Thor, but they're running away from each other. It's like cat, mouse, and dog going on there.
When I was watching that live, I was like, is he really chasing Bastet right now? Like, there's no chance.
I think it was a combo he was trying to get out too. Great beads by Ninja Sniper. You see immediately.
That was really good beads.
Yep, that was fantastic.
Yep. That's one of the things you have to do against a Giannis is realize as well is that if you get hit by the portal, beads in early is important because it stops the timer that you normally have as a Giannis player for the unstable vortex combo. So, and he's going to steal mid camps too. No, he's not.
Nope.
Oh, I thought he got those mid.
He gets the reset though, which is still a win for him.
Very true. But he can't do anything else about him now.
Oh, we saw a solo lane kill. Yeah, we're missing a couple kills here. Oh, Taishian took a lot of damage. He was definitely, I think he committed way too hard for this tower, and the tower's really not worth that much. It's 500 gold. It's important to get, but not at the risk of losing your life. Yeah, he just committed way too hard to that tower there.
Yeah, it's 500 gold, and it doesn't really feel significant when you're on the team and someone takes a tier 1 tower, right? Like, you're like, oh, thanks, I'll buy a couple pots. Like, that's really what you're getting out of it. It's better off to just shove the lane and get back.
Actually, the decision from Dwurst here, I really like. Like, he's got pressure in lane. Instead of hitting the tower, he's looking for more in the jungle. He's abusing the mistakes Jonqui's made. He's taken red buff now, and that's denying experience from blue team even further. And, oh, Ares, you're going to pay with your life.
I think Dwurst should have committed to that a little faster. He definitely seemed indecisive about it. That was kind of...
He thought he was going to... They were trying to get out, weren't they? That's the thing. And Ares... Oh,
Dwurst. Okay.
well...
What did I tell you?
Dwurst showing up a little bit there.
Yeah, Dwurst doing a good job. So right now, I think the people I'm really looking at is, like Gandhi came on and said, that Wanderbread doing a great job for Team Kabrakan. And then for Team Sella, Dwurst seems to be really doing a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I mean, the Rom seems to be playing pretty well too. He's just sort of playing conservative and using his ult to pick up some kills, and really just play a passive game and get himself into a good position for late game.
Yes, Sylvanas is in a good spot too right now as well for me as well. Lord Vengeance, he's done a good job. I'm looking at ward placements as well. I mean, normally at the 10-minute mark, it's interesting to see who's warding on the map and who isn't. And Sylvanas is like top of the shop with 6.
Yep.
Jonquay is doing a good job of warding himself, but so is Giannis. Like, all of blue team are the ones that are warding. And when it comes to team games and when it comes to the Pro League, wards are really important. And having that knowledge down already is very, very key.
Yeah, and what I'd say, I've talked about it before. Like, sometimes teams earlier were kind of over. He just got eliminated. That Ares was just
nice.
Looking for damage. But just got a little bit out of position there. You need to be careful with if you're Ares against poke gods. I mean, Giannis and Bastet do so much poke to you, and when they're together, there's not much you can do. And they're going for gold. This is exactly what they need to do. And I kind of like Bastet's decision to go right here. He's actually going to draw some attention over to him, as you see Agni and Thor rotate right. This is an uncontested gold Fury. I don't know if this was planned or not, but it was intelligent if it was.
Yeah, it was really intelligent. I would like to say it was planned because they're all on comms together. So
yep, for sure.
They should be well aware of that situation. This was really nice from the blue team.
It's like when you sneak Fire Giant sometimes. Like, you'll have a player sit mid farming. Because you're like, oh, he's mid farming. No way they're at Fire Giant.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So we see the mid camps. Are they looking to reset it here? Agni is going to reset the one. I'm not sure who got the other one, but not really looking to commit to that. It's not really worth it at this point in the game right now to give up a kill.
Going up on the right here after trying to invade this blue buff, which didn't really work out for them, I don't think. Oh, Bastet just leaped at the wrong time. Actually, the right time. Preemptively. Oh, the double tap was not good enough. But
yeah, so we're just going to pick that up, though. Taishan going to take out the Bastet, or excuse me, the Thor. Meanwhile, we did still see Sylvanas get picked up on a rotation. They're doing a great job. Even though he's behind, he's still... Ooh, very poor decision by Dwurst. Going through there.
Well, I was going to say Dwurst is like one of the ones that I want to keep an eye on in this because I think he's played very, very well.
I agree.
But bit of a misplay in that little aspect there, actually. That's the only misplay I've seen him really make.
Yeah, probably felt he was more tankier than he actually is, and just fell. The Jonquay has pin boots
that's
on.
The issue. It's easy against magical, and most of the times, you think you're tanky and you've not built magical defense, so it's going to hurt you a little bit.
It's true.
So let's go over the players from this game. I mean, Gandhi was the scout for this one. He said Lord Vengeance played very well. So did Wonderbread.
We're gonna. There's one play coming up here at 11 minutes 30. It's the one he was talking about by Dwurst here. So it should be coming up here. Ooh, just missed the pool. Great on her. Oh, that was a great ult by on her.
That was good. Good cleanup crew. I think it was by Wonderbread, I believe.
Yeah. Now it's apparently in like a couple seconds. I think this is the play here. Whatever he does, gets a nice double tap here. Looks like he's just zoning out. I guess the Gold Fury's not there to zone out.
For what?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Gold Fury is up. He's just looking for some kills. Great portal. Gonna hit the 2. Yeah, he's
I like
just doing
the sideways look he did there. that was what he did that made it look really good. Is
Yep.
he looked back on himself as if he wasn't even caring, and then 180'd again and threw the portal down, and then got the kill.
It's one of those things is you don't want to let your opponent know what you're thinking. It's mind games. It's actually high level. Oh, he's gonna ult through the wall. He hits it blind, and then he beads, portals out into a tower.
Into a tower and dies.
Nah, he's gonna get out, but that was pretty close. Oh, let's see here. Thor should be just to be able to stun. Is his stun not up?
Okay.
His stun wasn't up.
And that's max cooldown for you, boys. That's what that gets you. It gets you to live in those situations like that.
And he dies to back RPs. GG.
What if he did? What if he did die to back RPs?
If he did, I'm done. I'm done. I'm like, okay. All my love of him has gone already.
All right.
For me, this game is going to be Bastet, the Immerser, Wonderbread. I'm going to give a shout out to Taichion as well on this show.
Yeah, he's done it
because he's the only player I've seen play anything other than a Hercules or an Osiris in this. Not to say they're bad gods to pick. It just shows that he's established himself comfortably in solo, that he's comfortable to face off against gods like that, you know?
Yeah. Another thing to note is when he did kill Dorst over there and get that double kill against Bastet, he immediately went and stole the enemy's blue. So great presence of mind to gain map control, not just back. Oh, I got kills, time to back. He gained map control for himself and his team.
Yeah.
Exactly. Across the way, though, on the other side, I think Dwarves played pretty well for the most of the part
I
of the
agree.
game.
I only saw the one mistake when he kited back into the Zhonghui.
I'm going to say Ninja Sniper as well. I've not really seen him make too many mistakes.
Okay.
I know he's died twice and he's not got any kills, but... Sorry, he's got 1 kill for his name. But he's not really played terribly. If you notice, his stuns in mid lane have been good. And he's just been out... I feel like he's just been outplayed by Wonderbread and the rest of the blue team.
For sure.
That's my views on him, for sure.
All right, Hindu, I think that's going to do it not only for us, but for the North American Combine. We'll be back tomorrow with the European Combine.
That's right.
And we can see European. So, like, you're going to be the main expert tomorrow, because I recognize some of these players from North American rank that we saw today. But tomorrow, I'm going to know very few of them. It's your job to teach us what's up.
Teach us about the Europeans.
I'll teach you about Europeans, and we'll see if we can bring some more competitiveness your way, guys. But like we said, that is the end of the combat for North America. Reports will go out from all these scouts to the people who are interested in the teams. Looking for players, and obviously those players themselves will get some feedback by watching back what the scouts have put about themselves too. That could help them out to improve in the future and improve the scene overall. Hope you all enjoyed it to the extent. Peckies, Adonis, any last words?
I mean, we saw some great plays, some great players come out from North America today, and you know it was really cool to see some of these guys work together and just have great synergy, even though they may have never played together before.
I was surprised.
Yeah,
I was surprised at the level we got today. I didn't think we'd have. I thought there'd maybe be 1 or 2 standout stars, but I think each game for the most part, we always saw one standout star that I could say at the very least is high challenger level.
Yeah, and even on the losing teams, there were still players that really brought their A game today and just showed us what they're about.
Exactly. I think, to be honest, I wasn't trying to be one-sided and I wasn't trying to be fair and pick people from each team, but there was people always on every single team that stood out in some way. There was no me just blindly going in there and saying, "Oh, I think he did all right," considering. No, I felt like everyone did all right.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
All right, Hindu Man, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back once again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern this time. See you then.